Good morning. In this video I'll discuss very briefly a slightly more elaborate program also to prepare you for the first tutorial. So this program has a couple of methods and even a global variable, but maybe the best thing is to just show you what it does. So this program will draw a blue background, a white circle and two boxes with the text welcome moving across the screen. If you run this program and you press the mouse button, the color of the boxes changes, okay, from red to some slightly transparent blue. So how does this program work? The first thing it does is it defines a global variable box color. So this is a variable that can be used and can keep a value even in between drawing a frame. Okay, we need this one. Ideally, you want to minimize the number of global variables, but in this case, we actually need it, okay, because it's something we want to remember between one frame and the next. It's the current color. Then comes the setup. It's just picking the size and an initial color for the box. The name of the variable box color could be anything. I've picked a name that actually tells you what it's going to be used for. So you could call this B, you could call it BC, but the name box color will actually give you some information about the intended use. Then comes some variables in the draw method. Box size, my x and my y, they are used here to draw the rectangle. Okay? But before that, we first draw the ellipse and we position it at half the height and width, okay, with the color white. So here we draw the rectangle, and as I said before, we use the values of variables my x and my y and box size. And we use the same values for the welcome. So this makes sure that if we change the values of my x and my y here, the box will also, and the text will both change in the same way. Okay? With every frame, the frame count increases. So which means my y will have a slightly bigger value, and the box will slowly move, and the text will slowly move as well. The next bit is doing this for the second box. So we've got, we picked new values for my x and my y. The second box will be starting at the width. Reference point is the top left corner. And it will use for the y position the frame count divided by 2. So for every frame, it will only move half a pixel, so this is the slow box that you see on screen. And this is then again drawing the box, drawing the text. And the last thing is just telling you the frame. So this will print the frame number to the console. So you can will see it here. Okay, the frame number. So then let's have a brief look at the last bit. Excuse me. The two methods mouse pressed. The method mouse pressed will change the box color to a slightly different color with a bit of transparency. So this is some greenish blue with a bit of transparency. So when you press the mouse, this will be executed, so you change the box color. And since it's global, it can be used anywhere, it can change the box color here. Okay? If you release the mouse, this piece of code will be executed and it will change the color back to what it was. This happens to be the same color as the initial color. So how does this program now work? Initially, it will run this. It will define a global variable box color. Okay, that happens here. Then it will run the setup. Then it will run and repeat the draw. And come back. And run it again. And again, and again, and again. And then the methods mouse pressed are run once when you press the mouse, and mouse released is run once when you release the mouse.